Greetings and welcome back to Arts of the Chart. I'm Gemini Brett of More Than Astrology and Agent 1123 of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Believe it or not, I hit record at 11:23 a.m. here at home in Seattle, Washington, with 12:02 Taurus on the rise. Today is Monday, the day of the moon, January 23rd, 2017. Now, many numerological systems like Gematria show 2017 itself to be a 1. Why? Because 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 is 10, and of the 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So today is 1, 2, 3, 1, or many of you would write 2, 3, 1, 1, which is kind of like 1, 1, 2, 3. And the reason why I've chosen this number to represent me in the agency is because it's a puzzle, and I'm a puzzled guy. 23 is 11 p.m., right? So this is 11:11. Make a wish. 11:11 is a 4. And we can see this sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the natural numbers. 23 is a 5, and that brings another sequence to mind. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, ... The Fibonacci sequence, which expresses phi, the golden number, and we'll speak about that more another time. What about primes? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23? Okay, well, we can play number games all day, but we'll just get lost in space. And this is why the compass and the ruler is such grace. I really hope you will draw along during this quest, because the compass allows us to bring the numbers out of the intellectual space alone and down into the body, into nature. Yeah? As the ego mind is wont to do, I checked in with the number of views on YouTube for chapter 1 this morning, and I saw 222, which makes me think of 6. This is something we will speak about again and again as we move along in this quest, because it shows many of the secrets of our astrological craft. There were 11 thumbs up, thanks dudes, and 1 thumb down. Well, 11 minus 1 is 10. We spoke a lot about 1s and 0s last time. But even negative numbers are positive to me, so 11 and 1 make 12. Well, we can't have 12 without 1 and 2. In chapter 1, we spoke about the circle of spirit. Now, I was taught that this line is 1, but this to me is a much better image of the 1, the never-ending, though it was taught to me as 0. Even in the 1, we might see 2, the inside and the outside, but conceptually, this is meant to be the all. So there is no inside and outside. The perfect form is the everything, the indivisible. Well, what about the circumpunct, the symbol of the sun, the circle and the point of source? Is that the mysterious 0? We also saw circles and the line raying out from source, the radius. Yeah? Chapter 1. But today we move into chapter 2. The Crescent of Soul and the Light of the Moon. By the way, highly recommended if you're going to draw along in this journey. Get a piece of cardboard that's the same size as your pad's paper, so these many holes won't go all the way through. I do like to have a center hole in the pad though. And so we'll start where we left off with this circle of spirit, the symbol of the sun. Now, Hermes also had this to say in the Emerald Tablets. And before I read the words of this great guide, let me present this philosophy that I've been told by many modern mystics of New Age tribes. That spirit, the all, the endless, the indivisible, divided itself into these gazillions of pieces, us, to these many, many souls. Why? So that it could see itself, so that it could witness itself. Perhaps the most eloquent and inspirational voice in that philosophy, for me, is the great teacher Alan Watts. But if this spirit, if this all, if this one is indivisible, how could it possibly divide itself for the sake of creation or for the sake of the soul? So let's hear these words of Hermes from the Emerald Tablets. "'Tis true without lying, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to do the miracles of one only thing. And as all things have been, and arose from one by the mediation of one, so all things have their birth from this one thing by adaptation. The sun is its father, the moon its mother, the wind hath carried it in its belly, the earth its nurse." Those were the first 5 of 14 lines from Isaac Newton's translations of the Emerald Tablets of Hermes. There have been many translations of this ancient alchemical text. Some use contemplation rather than mediation, and some use adoption rather than adaptation. I think translation's a really good word when we're speaking geometrically, or even reflection when we're feeling the moon. So the circle of spirit, the all that is, can create not by dividing itself, but by adapting itself or reflecting itself. Move this way or that, or this or that. Or because it's a sphere, can move here or under this page from our point of view. So what happens if we just move over here and reflect and adapt? Well, don't we find the crescent of moon? We actually find 2, don't we? In this kind of cosmic egg here between. But really, if we're looking from one place in space, the only way we could see sun and moon would be like this, one in front of the other. And we could get that moon on one side. We can draw moons that are waxing or waning, can't we? We can draw large crescents, little crescents. You know, we can come all the way out here and create. And perhaps one of the greatest exercises comes to us in this image of spirit and soul when we perform this operation of adaptation according to this alchemical principle, as above, so below. Or as Hermes said, that which is below is like to that which is above, and that which is above is like to that which is below, to accomplish the miracles of the one only work. So, what if spirit, the all that is, the indivisible, moved all the way to its edge before adapting or reflecting itself? Look at this crescent we get here. More than a crescent, isn't it? And the moon can never take this shape. No? I mean, after we get past half moon, then we start getting waxing into these kind of eggs here. So what is this shape? When can we ever see that from Earth? Only during an eclipse. So if sun, this circle of spirit, which has both the yin, the holy, and the yang, the spear, if truly the circle of spirit reflects or adapts itself to give us the crescent of soul, well, from here on Earth, we have to watch their dance. And when would we ever see the symbol? Only during an eclipse. Perhaps the Earth's shadow eclipsing the moon, the lunar eclipse, or the moon itself eclipsing the sun, a solar eclipse. So let me ask you this. Is this symbol we see on so many flags from around the globe, like this one from Turkey, really a crescent moon? Or is it perhaps a solar eclipse, sun and moon, one and two, spirit and soul. And what about that five-pointed star? I don't know. Or maybe I do. But this is chapter 2. Let's take it one more time from the top in review. We start with one, the circle of spirit, the all that is, ever was, and ever will be, radiating from the source of great mystery, the indivisible. It cannot divide itself. It adapts itself, translates itself, reflects itself in infinite availability of shapes, crescent, each a reflection of the all. Soul is spirit. Yours, mine, the cosmic intelligence agencies. Soul and spirit are the same size, two circles centered on each other's circumference when spirit adapts itself above to below to create soul. Have you seen this shape before? The Vesica Piscis, or Vesica Piscis, the fish's bladder. And what about this fish? Yes, this sacred shape, the Vesica, which has shown itself in temples of all tribes throughout time. Now, in this sacred shape of 2, don't we also see 3? Just as it was with the 1, which shows the 2, the holy and the spirit. The line and the curve, the 1 and the O, the yang and the yin. The not two both found in spirit and soul. No moon without sun. No sons or daughters without mothers and fathers. Without Shakti and Shiva. Now some old churches will allow Sheila Nagig to tell you what the Vesica is all about. The mandorla, the sacred almond, the yoni, the womb of creation. And you know, shortly after we were created, we were the one, which through adaptation reflected itself to become 2, meiosis. Then furthered along, just as we will do here in the arts of the chart, until we find the seed of life, the 7, which is 6, or really 12, around 1. I'll speak more later astrologically about moon and sun, but now let's just ponder them as soul and spirit, and the not 2. I hope you've had fun with chapter 2. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is this. Draw. Draw everything you've seen today. Draw many crescent shapes, perhaps every phase of the moon, and also ponder phase as a clear reflection of relationship between moon and sun, between soul and spirit. Now, what does this say about you? Why not draw the phase of the moon that accompanied your entrance into the earthly plane and trance out on that for a bit? And by the way, that's where our dance will lead us for chapter 3. From spirit through soul into matter. For after all, we came here to play the earth game, didn't we? Thank you for drinking Astrology with me today. Remember, I'm not here to teach you my astrology. I'm here to further remind you to remember yours. I'm not here to bring answers. I'm here to bring questions. And when you draw, you will find different solutions than I have. And I invite you, please, to teach me. That's what the comment section below is for. And while you're at it, please give a thumbs up to the video and share it around. I'll see you next time when we bring it down to the ground. For now, this is your friendly astronaut, Agent 1123, Gemini Brett, signing off. Love and planets, friends. I will see you in space.